Hello friends, today we will discuss the various form methods that are available to submit a form. We have taken two pages, first is your index page and second is the display page. Let's first open index.php. On the index page we have taken a table and in this table we have taken two fields. First one is for name, age and third one is for phone number. Corresponding to each field, we have taken a text box for name, and the name of the text box is txt name. Similarly, text box for age, and the name will be txt age. Text box for phone, and name is txt phone. At the end, we have taken a submit button. Now, this submit button basically submit this form. On the top, we have taken a form. The method of the form is get, and the action is display.php. So this submit button, this submits the page to display.php, and the method that will be used for submitting the form is the get method. Now there are two methods for submitting a form. First one is get method and second is the post method. Now in case of get method, the data is transmitted in the form of query strings. Now let's take an example. When we run this page, write down localhost form methods is the name of the folder and index.php. So you can see we have a fresh page with the name index.php. I will write down the name John, age 25, and the phone number. Now when we click on submit button, because this submit button is submitting the form to page display.php, you will see that the control is transferred to display.php with the values. Now the value of txt name was John, txt age was 25, and the value of txt phone was the phone number. So now this is how we can transfer the value from one page to another page using get method. Now there are few problems with get method. In case of get method, the data is transferred from one page to another page in the form of query strings. Now the name of the query string is the name of the text box, that is txt name, and the value is John. Now the query strings always begins with the question mark. Whenever you see a question mark in the URL, that indicates the beginning of the query string. Similarly, the second query string is txt age, and we differentiate the first query string from the second query string by using ampersand symbol. Now second query string is txt age and the value is 25. Third query string is txt phone and the value is the phone number. Now if we change the value, we write here Smith, you will see the control is going to display.php with different values. Now the txt name contains Smith, txt age contains 34. Now our next challenge is to display these values onto display.php. Now on display.php, how can you retrieve the values which you have sent using get method? Now open the page display.php. Now we want to print the values onto display.php. Start the PHP tag and end the PHP tag. Because we just want to print the PHP values, we can use the echo method. So write down echo and $_get with the name of the query string. Now the first query string name was txt name. Save this. Now run this code. So you can see this design name is and the value of name will come from $_get method, because in $_get method we are providing the name of the query string and the name of the query string is txt name. Again concatenate br tag. Similarly, take the next as the age. The age is use dot operator for concatenation, and the age will come from the query string txt age. Now run this code again. Now you will see on the next page display.php we are fetching the value of txt name, txt age. Similarly, you can also get the value of txt phone. Now phone number is mentioned on page index.php, and we are retrieving the value of phone number or name and age on the page display.php, and the method which we are using is get method. Now there are various limitations of get method. The first problem with get method is that it depends upon the length of URL, because the data is transmitted in the form of URL, data is concatenated with URL, so you can only transmit data according to the length that is supported by your browser. If your browser supports only 255 characters in URL, then you can't transmit data more than 255 characters. The second limitations of query string is that you can send only string values. And the main problem, the main limitation of this get method is that it is not secured, because data is visible, you can see and you can manipulate the data. Here I can change the date to 78, age to 78, and you can see it is displaying age 78. So this is not the secure way of transmitting data. Now next is your post method. So when you are using post method, first of all change the method type to post. Now you can see when we are transmitting the data using post method, this is a very secure way because the data is not visible. And similarly, the second is you can send any amount of data using post method. So let's see. First, on the index page, we are changing the method type to post rather than get. On the display page, now we can't use $_get because the data is transmitted using post. So let's change it with post. Save this and run this. Now you can see when I click on this page, I will write the name Smith, age 34 and phone number. When I submit, you can see one thing, I'm getting the data onto display page, but the data is not displayed in the URL. So this is the secure way of sending data from one page to another page. So when you are using post method, you can send your secure data from one to another. Second is your data is not restricted by the length of the URL. You can send any amount of data in post method. So this is a much secure way of sending data. So these are the two methods that are basically used for transferring data from one page to another. When you are retrieving the data, you can either use get method. Get method is $_get is used when you are transferring data using get method, and $_post is used when you are transferring data using post method. But $_request is used for both. If you write here $_request, you can transfer the data using get method as well as post method. It is used for both. So let's see. So now we have taken $_request and it is displaying the data. So these are the two methods that are used for submitting the form values to one form to another form. Thank you very much.